Hello everyone, welcome to MAHA and I am MAHA, your astrologer from Bangladesh. So that time of the year, Jupiter transit. I was actually thinking of wearing something yellow, but then I realized it's all around me. So I guess it's with us. Jupiter is with us. So what is Jupiter? What does it signify? Generally in astrology, we talk about like our teachers, our gurus, wisdom, knowledge, higher learning, deep philosophy, critical thinking, our norms, which make the societies, the belief systems of a country, of a nation, of a race, all these are built up by Jupiter. Jupiter, yes, Jupiter is a teacher, but it is not essentially the quintessential teacher. Jupiter's teachings are very complex and very different from a normal Mercury teaching or a Sun teaching. I'll give you an example. Like you're going for an interview, so you ask maybe a ex-teacher of yours, or maybe you ask your father, or maybe you ask your elder brother, like, okay, so what do I do? I have prepared, like I know all the answers, I know everything pretty much, but like what is a tip? And then that person tells you, be honest. That is the Jupiter teaching. Jupiter actually tries to install a basic divinity in you. So whatever you have and whatever you want to achieve, you want to embrace that with a certain sense of honesty and dignity. That's what Jupiter tries to bring. But trust me, all this guru, wisdom talk, but Jupiter can be a very fierce planet. Jupiter fight wars. We all fight wars, like wars are fought for money, for food, for resources. Men fight for women, women fight for men, land. But the most fierce and the most violent wars are always fought for our beliefs. So whatever Jupiter believes in, Jupiter will fight for it. And those wars leave the most long-lasting impacts. They actually change societies, civilizations, and impact us the most. So yeah, Guru is transiting. Jupiter is transiting. So let's see what's happening. Okay, so now Jupiter is getting into Gemini. The transit starts on May 14th, and Jupiter will stay here for like 4 months first till October, and then in October it moves forward to Cancer and stays there for a couple of months, then transits back, retrogrades back to Gemini, and stays in Gemini for almost another 7 to 8 months till June 2026. So if you calculate, like Jupiter will stay in Gemini for almost like a year. So before we talk about Gemini, let's just talk about Guru's last trip. Like where was he? He was at Taurus. It was a very interesting stay in Taurus. First of all, Taurus is ruled by Venus, Jupiter's arch enemy, and Taurus is a sign of like pure luxury, like leisure, the finest things, like finest jewelry, the most expensive foods, the greatest clothes, great hotels, holidays. Imagine like you take the guru, you take the wise guy and put him in like a 7-star resort and tell him, okay, you stay here, you don't have to do anything, just sleep, eat, like do whatever you want. So guru, like after 1 or 2 days will be like, okay, so but I want to teach, I want to install philosophy to society. Like then Venus tells him like, okay, so talk about jewelry, talk about luxury, talk about Rolls Royce, talk about Range Rovers, talk about luxury fashion. And Guru is like, okay, I have to do this now. So yeah, it is a confusing state for Jupiter. So now suddenly after all that, Jupiter walks into Gemini. Now Gemini is like, it's a fast sign. It's ruled by Mercury, like it's movement. It's like you don't have any time for depth. You just have to go. You have to go forward. You have to solve things, multiple jobs. Like you're a businessman and you're also a musician. You're a teacher, but you're also a cook. You are a YouTuber, but you also have a day job, then it is a sign of intelligence, intellect, learning things, learning new things, being very fast about it, honing your skills, your hobbies, travel. Just imagine a situation like in Silicon Valley, like in a boardroom, a meeting is going on where like some young people, like tech guys, the tech bros, they're like standing, sitting, and they're talking about, okay, we have this new AI sort of app and we need to sell it. So how do we sell it now? A proper mercurial meeting is happening with some Rahu elements, some Saturn elements, like, okay, we want to sell this AI app. And there walks in this guy who is like, who sits there, he looks at all of them and suddenly asks them, do we really need this AI app? And everybody just looks at him. They're like, who is this guy? So yeah, that is Jupiter walking into Gemini. Now, if we look at Jupiter's perspective, in Taurus, what he had to do, it was very difficult for him. But here in Gemini, the things which you have to do, like media, journalism, communication, sales, marketing, innovation, Jupiter not necessarily want to do this. This may not be his favorite activity, but he can do this. This is like easy for him. This is like having like a dessert for like this is easy. So the thing with Jupiter in Gemini is, it's like that little story about like if you think about like a grandfather and a kid. Like a grandfather is trying to uh, teach his grandkid, like, okay, you need to read a book. And the kid is saying, why do I need to read this? Like, I don't want this. I want to play. I want to go there. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like, I want to do this. And the grandfather doesn't lose patience. The grandfather tells the kid, okay, but if you read this book, it will give you this information, this knowledge. And then eventually it will develop a habit and it will change something in you for better. And the grandfather doesn't lose patience. The grandfather tries to install it into the grandkid. And eventually, the grandkid may read the book. And in a result, he or she may actually develop a habit of reading something. And that will stay with that kid for rest of his life, and it will actually help him grow. So whenever Jupiter comes into Gemini, Jupiter installs these beliefs, these systems into that aspect of society, in media, in journalism, in marketing, in trade, in business, in stock market. So Jupiter doesn't need this. Yeah, Jupiter needs it. Jupiter needs everything. Jupiter has to take care of everything. But they need Jupiter. More than Jupiter needs Gemini, Gemini needs Jupiter. So this 1 year of Jupiter transit, it will be in media. We will see like the legacy media coming back, because the legacy media is dead. Like everybody gets the news from X, from YouTube, from Facebook, Instagram. But now the legacy media will make a comeback. Even the legacy media, they have to embrace, like the Jupiter has to teach the Mercury. Jupiter has to communicate, has to work under Mercury. So even the legacy media has to change a little. They have to understand, okay, I have to change with time. So we can see them coming back. We'll see the stock market, we will see massive growth in the stock market, and also there will be some philosophy, some beliefs in the stock market. It will not just be about, okay, what is the bottom line? We'll see new marketing campaigns. We'll see journalism taking a turn towards some level of substance. It is not about how many clicks you get. Social media, we will see social media change. As I said, the more than Guru needs Gemini, Gemini needs the Guru. So before going to all the ascendants and all the moon signs, I really wanted to address this very important issue. Like, from where do I see the transit? Do I see it from the ascendant or do I see it from the moon sign? The perennial question of all transits, like, where do I see it from? Trust me, you have to see it from the both. You have to see it from the moon and also from the ascendant. Like, why? Moon is what do you feel about the transit? What do you want to achieve with the transit? What mentally you want to bring to that transit? So let's imagine Jupiter is transiting second from the moon. Like, you feel like I have all the resources, like I have everything, I can achieve everything, I will like finish everything, I will get money, and like everything is happening for me. But from the Lagna, it is transiting in the 8th house. So you go and like, it's like, okay, this is not happening out. Like, what is happening? Like, or vice versa. So you have to see both the moon and the Lagna, and then if both are good, like it is happening from the moon and also from the Lagna, like it is good, the transit, then beautiful, like you get 100% results. But if it's like mixed, like it's good from Lagna and it is a bit bad from the moon, or good from the moon, a little bad from the Lagna, so you get mixed results. Because the Lagna transit is actually the events, what happens. But again, if the moon doesn't support it, maybe the moon transit is really bad. It is in the 3rd house. So you don't want to get there. You don't want to put in that effort. You just don't want to go there. But the Lagna transit is very good. It's like in the 11th house. If you go, you achieve it. So then you have to control the mind. You say, no, I have to do it. I have to go there. Because if I do it, if I go there, I get it. I get something out of it. So that's why all of you, whenever you see like the Jupiter transits or Saturn transits or Rahu Ketu transits, the big transits, which like stays for like year, 1.5 year, 2.5 years, you have to see it both from the moon and from the Lagna. Okay, now so let's begin with Aries ascendant or moon sign. So yeah, Aries people, like Jupiter is transiting your 3rd house. It's your house of communication, your social media, your like efforts, your day-to-day activities, your hobbies, and all these things. And it will transform it. Like, I know you Aries people, like you love working out, you love going for trips, you love going for like trekking and stuff, and more than you work out, like you love to like post about it. Like, I know you people, like you take like you do like 10 squats, but you post like 3 like reels about those squats. But now as Jupiter comes in your 3rd house, you just slow down a little. You start think like, okay, so I do this, I post this on Insta, but do I need to do something more? Like, yeah, or should I stop, or should I start something new? This is actually a great time. Maybe you always had like a different idea about yourself, about your social life, about your social media, or how you present yourself. Yeah, you are this athlete, you are this hardworking like bodybuilder, or like you love workout, you love activities, you love sports. But maybe you like K-pop, or like you're into something like that. So this is the time. Don't like hold yourself back. Start posting about it. Start talking about it. Explore those interests which somehow you let go of. Because just look, where is Jupiter watching? Jupiter is watching your 7th house, your 9th house, and your 11th house. So house of business, house of higher learning, house of gains. So the more you explore Gemini, the more you slow down, the more you diversify, the more you think about your identity to the outside people, or your habits or your hobbies, and you try to expand them, try to incorporate new things. It impacts your business, it grows, it gets you new gains. Also, it is a great time to like find a new teacher. I know, like you Aries people, like you hate classes. You hate listening to like advice and like, okay, I'll just try it out and see what happens. Like, okay, like I don't care. But now this is a time where, okay, it's okay to listen to a guru. It is okay to listen to your father. Listen to the father figures. Sometimes listen to your boss. Because just see where Saturn is. Because when we see Jupiter, we also have to see Saturn, because Saturn is also like, he's a huge influencer. Saturn is in your 12th house. And from the 12th house, it is looking at your second house and your ninth house. So the more you stay quiet, the more you listen, to your elders, your boss, your father, or like the father figures or the teachers or the gurus in this world, the more it transforms you. And eventually, Rahu is in the 11th house, in the house of gains. So all these things will funnel into the 11th house and there will be gains. And it will leave something with you. When Jupiter goes outside of Gemini, you'll have like a different perspective or a different personality. You're not just the gym bro. Maybe you are also a like K-pop expert. Maybe you start writing a blog on K-pop, and that really goes big, and then you have a different thing now. So yeah, I think it's a very good transit for you, because for Aries ascendant or Aries moon sign, sometimes you need to slow down, and this is that time, because that whole habit of posting a reel or like saying something before even completing it for a year, let's stop that. Let's just slow down a little and just think about it a little and try to see what else I can do. What else do I have inside? Great transit, I think brilliant transit for you guys. So I'll just say one like bad thing is that Ketu in the 5th house. So when Ketu is in the 5th house, like that actually makes you a bit sloppy with your education or like learning something or your overall creative output. So that will just slow you down a little. But trust me, that's good for you. You need this Ketu in the 5th house. You need to slow down now. Beautiful transit. Jupiter will bless you. So Taurus people, Jupiter is transiting your 2nd house. I think you have hit the jackpot now. I think this will be the most, I think, productive and fruitful time of your life. Trust me. Just imagine or think like 12 years back, what happened. Like if you're in your mid-30s or if you're in your 40s, just think about it. Because wherever a Guru or Jupiter sits, it expands that house. Really to like exponential growth. And which house do you need that in? Like which house? 2nd house, the house of money, the house of your investments, the house of like your family wealth, your jewels, all your fixed deposits, your so they're gonna grow. They're gonna grow massive. And additionally, Guru is looking at your 6th house. So you're thinking, okay, money is coming. Okay, so I do this, I do that, and okay, so like, but maybe you have a court case going on. Maybe some litigation is going on. Maybe you're in some dispute. You'll get money from there. Guru is looking at the 6th house. So Jupiter will solve that. And you get money out of that. And then Jupiter is looking at the 8th house. When Jupiter looks at the 8th house, like suddenly, like one morning you wake up and you see, okay, I had this stock and it suddenly shot up and now I made like $6,000 like today. Or like if you're really lucky, like $60,000 in a day. So you get that gain. Then it is looking at the 10th house with Rahu in there. So whatever you do, whatever work you take up, like whatever, all your karmas, you make money. Money starts coming out of it. And then just to top it off, you have Saturn in the 11th house. So whatever money you make, whatever gains you make, they stay with you. Saturn like fixes it up, it stabilizes it, it makes sure it stays with you. And the best thing about Gemini 2nd house and Jupiter there is multiple sources of money, like stocks, fixed deposit, banking, like trade, business. You may start an YouTube channel, you get money from there. You write something, you write a column, you write a book, you start making money from there. Like there will be numerous sources of money, and This will be a golden period. Just one thing I'll tell you is try to learn languages. It will work. It will also work as a great benefit for you. Maybe you already know, like you have Gemini in your second house. You must know like at least 2 to 3 languages. But if you like try to learn a new language because you have Rahu in the 10th house, so that will really impact the 10th house also. Maybe you have businesses with like a foreign country and you know some words, but trust me, if you try to learn that language, yeah, it is exponential growth. Like it's like breaking open the second house, but learning a new language, learning a new skill um, will also help you more. You don't need more help. Jupiter in the second house is like, it's like, it's the greatest thing ever right now with everything else, with Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. But still, only one thing is Ketu in the fourth house. So you'll stay away from home. There'll be situations like you're away, and also mentally you'll sometimes feel a bit stressed out. You'll feel a bit disconnected with your own self. So, and also Saturn looking at your Lagna. So that those things have its own impact. Money isn't everything in life. So for mental peace or for something, uh, what I can suggest you, like you can start singing if you're into it. Maybe you can try something. Maybe like when you were at your free time, like just like learn songs or try to sing something. That will work as a great remedy for that Ketu in the fourth house and also Saturn looking at the Lagna. And you do it for a year, you become a singer. Maybe you hone a new skill. You never know. I think this is the best transit. I think this is the best transit. So you don't need anybody else's blessing. Jupiter has blessed you. Okay, Gemini people. So Jupiter coming to the Lagna. I think you're waiting for it like all year. Like, okay, in the 12th house, I need this in my Lagna. Now, Jupiter in the Ascendant is an interesting one. Because imagine like a situation where like a young kid who really wants to have fun, like go there, do this, have party, like just have fun. And suddenly that kid has all these responsibilities. And that kid is you. Even if you're 60 years old, you are Gemini, you are that kid. So you are now like, okay, I have had a lot of fun, but now I need to do something substantial. And what to do? So Jupiter in the Ascendant or in the Lagna is that kind of a feeling. Like now you realize or you feel, okay, the speed needs to be slowed down. Okay, I don't need that much friends now. What can I study now? What can I learn? Or like, do I join a class or like, do I take up a course? Do I go somewhere abroad? Maybe you are working somewhere, like suddenly you realize or you think, maybe I need to take a course. Maybe I need to go somewhere, like do an MBA or something like that, or like do an 1 year course. So it's that stage of your life. You start to think that, okay, whatever I've done, that has been done, but now what new I can do? How more I can develop myself or transform myself? Because look, Saturn is in your 10th house, sitting in the 10th house. So you will have this stagnation in your career. So if you don't like get into courses, education, learning new things, or taking advice, or your career will stagnate. So before it stagnates automatically, I'll suggest you that get into education, learn new things, take up courses, and also that Rahu in the 9th house. Rahu in the 9th house is a difficult placement. I will not like run around the bushes. Rahu in the 9th house is not the best placement, but lucky you got Guru looking at it. So as Rahu is getting looked at by Jupiter, so Rahu will not really damage that 9th house that much. But still, you need to take care of it. So you need to find a guru. But with Rahu in the 9th house, you struggle to find a proper guru. But as Jupiter is looking at it, like a good teacher. Maybe you go back to someone which you know, like, or maybe you go to a foreign land, or you take help from your friends. Because unless you get into like education and learning something new, those stagnations, like Saturn in the 10th house, also looking at your 12th house, looking at your 4th house, like you'll feel that like pinch. But trust me, you need this. Yeah, I know you Gemini people, like you're always reading, you're always learning new things, but some learnings are different. Some learnings doesn't not really help with your work or with your business or with your career or with your day-to-day life. Some learning actually help you to think what career do you need or what life do you need. This is this transit, Jupiter coming to your lagna. Jupiter will actually set up your next 12 years now. This will be the foundation, the building block. Based on this learning, this education, you'll build your next 12 years. So you have to work. Not on your work, your career, your stuff, but on education. Another aspect is your love life. Now, Jupiter looking at the 5th house, I know you Gemini people, like you have this thing, okay, I don't know. If you are married, even if you are married, you have this confusion like, am I married to the right person? Or if you're not married, you're dating someone, you're thinking, okay, is he the right guy? Is she the right girl? Now, if you see Gemini, Jupiter is looking at your 5th, your 7th, and your 9th house. So, whoever you meet now, he or she is the right person. Go ahead. If you want to get married or if you want to get into a relationship, this is the best time. All your houses of relationships, your 5th house, your 7th house, even 9th house, which brings luck, or like the higher, like the developed form of relationships, which actually gives you something. All those houses are activated. So if you're dating someone, this is the time to decide. You can go for it. So Gemini, this transit will be mostly about your personal life, your love life, about developing yourself, about learning new things. Work will take a backseat. And trust me, it's good for you. So work on these things, refuel yourself, spend time with your family, with your loved ones. Wonderful transit. This 1 year will build you up, because then you get Jupiter in the 2nd house exalted. You know what happens then. So best of luck, Gemini. You'll do great. Okay, Cancer people. I think you already know that this may not be the best transit. Jupiter is coming to the 12th house. But I'll prove you wrong. This can be the most influential transit of your life. What is 12th house? 12th house is the losses, like whatever we have, like our spendings, like the things which you don't need, the things which universe don't want us to keep, they get dissolved in the 12th house. So now Jupiter comes in the 12th house. And from the 12th house, like it looks at your 6th house and your 8th house. So all the problematic houses it's resolving them, and it's taking those energies and like dissolving them in the 12th house. Like your 12, 6, 8, that whole trine is getting activated. Now you may say, okay, it is also looking at my 4th house. That's a good thing. So in the meanwhile, when Jupiter is making you letting go of things, it's looking at your mind, it's looking at your mental health. So you'll not feel sad about it. Somehow you'll have this mental courage. You'll have this feeling, okay, this had to go. I had to let it go. So now what you can do, like all this talk about loss, all this talk about letting go, you may not like it. I have some suggestions for you. Like Gemini, right? So multiple things, multiple losses. So before like losses start to happen, you go there yourself. So you can start doing things like Maybe you had some trouble, maybe in your leg, maybe you are hurting in your leg. So go and visit a doctor, go to the hospital, try to treat yourself. Maybe you have some relatives in the hospital, try to visit them regularly. Maybe you can go to an orphanage and start teaching kids something. The more you go and visit like an hospital, like an orphanage, like a monastery, like places of seclusion, like a library, and spend time there, the losses will diminish. Like you yourself are letting go of the lost karma of yourself by going to these places, by giving service to these places. Because trust me, we all have to lose things. There are things in your life which have to go. It has to. So what if we actually align with it? Unless we stop fighting with the universe and try to keep them, which is not ours, which have to go. What if we let it all go? Then what happens? It's all gone. Now Jupiter comes to the 12th house every like 12 years. So now in 1 year, if all the unnecessary things from your life, if they all go, and then the next 12 years, like you're just taking things in. And imagine it's come to your lagna in like in next year, like it's in an exalted form. So you have to take it on a very philosophical level. And also additionally, Ketu in the second house, Rahu in the 8th house. Yeah, you will have this whole attraction towards occults, towards astrology, towards like deep mystic learnings. It's good, practice them. Saturn in the 9th house, looking at your 11th house and also your 3rd house. So even that's not the best placement of Saturn. But the more you spend time in the 12th house, the more you take yourself there before the universe takes it away from you. Let's give it all up. It's a beautiful journey. You have Jupiter's blessing, Cancer. Okay, Leo people, how are you guys or girls? I know you were very frustrated after the Saturn transit happened. It's in the 8th house and you have all this depressing thoughts and you feel like what is going on? But it's all about to change. Jupiter is coming to the 11th house. And as I said, like with Taurus, like Jupiter is the Karaka. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, exponential growth. Like it grows, it grows, it grows. So which houses you want to grow? 2 houses in your chart, 2nd house and 11th house. And even more than 2nd house, 11th house. Like this is something which you want to grow. Like your network circle, your opportunities, your desires, your earnings, your gains, like they will have an exponential growth. And with Gemini, they're like multiple gains. Like you gained from like this job and also you gained from this business. Like you had like 3 friends, now you have like 14 friends. You have 2 different circles. Like you had like one circle from your uni, like your like alumni circle. Now you make another circle from your office. Like and they're all like giving you like opportunities to work and everything. So like beautiful time. And then it looks at the 3rd house. From the 11th house it sits, it looks at the 3rd house. So social media, you'll get fame there. So whatever you do, like I know you Leo people, you like to post. Whatever you do, like you like to show it off. Yeah, nothing bad in it. But maybe sometimes you don't get that likes. Sometimes like they don't really grow. And you're like, I know you have that ego, that Leo ego, but now they will grow. People will comment on your posts. If you put up a reel in Insta, like you'll get like, you used to get like 20 likes, now you get like 200 likes. So the 3rd house, you'll grow The seventh house, the house of business. So whatever opportunities, whatever new people you're meeting, the new like network circle, new friends you're making, it's great time to get into business with them, start a business with them. Because again, there is Rahu in the seventh house. So with that Rahu energy there, it's not always the best energy when Rahu is in the seventh house to start a new business, start a new venture, because you may get cheated or like it's like it may get dissolved or something. But now Guru, Jupiter is looking at it. So now when Jupiter looks at Rahu and Rahu sits in the house of business, like start a business with your foreign network circle, like start something with like your foreign friends or like some faraway land, you'll make money. It will grow. And additionally, that eighth house Saturn, which is making you depressed, now Jupiter comes in and Jupiter looks at your fifth house. So you'll just have this whole influx of new inspiration, like new ideas. So whatever Saturn is doing in the eighth house, okay, that it will be there. Trust me. But now you know how to deal with it. Like in your mind, you're like, okay, Saturn, I know, like there's some deadly thoughts there, but okay, what if I do this now? Also, like about dating, this is a good time to date. So it's a good time to date, start dating. Now I know you Leo people, like you are too proud, like sometimes to ask anyone out. Like even if you're a guy, like you expect, like okay, people come to me, they ask me out, they compliment me. But this is an interesting transit. As Jupiter looks at your fifth house and your seventh house, also Saturn looks at your fifth house. So in your fifth house, like there will be a sense of duty, like you want to do something there, you want to do something for your loved ones, like even if you're married, like you want to bring in that compassion into the relationship. I don't have to teach compassion to Leo, like you have it, you are this flamboyant benevolent lover, but now there will be a bit tenderness and softness to it. And as Saturn is also looking at your fifth house, that will stay. So in your existing relationships, or if you build a new relationship, that new understanding about care, about being a bit selfless, those things will stay with you now. So yeah, beautiful time to start a relationship, to get married, to make, to take the next step in a relationship. It's a beautiful time. And additionally, like just to finish this Jupiter transit for you Leo people, it was in your 10th house for like a year. So there was a lot of work, like you had to do like so much, and you were feeling like, okay, I'm doing all this, and we are lazy people, like you Leo people, like you are lazy. So you feel like, okay, I'm doing so much work now, what do I get now? Now you get it. So whatever you did, so now the rewards are coming. Jupiter has blessed you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful transit, brilliant transit. So work, personal life, family, everything, like it's there. Yeah, that 8th house Saturn is there. Like you cannot always get everything, but beautiful transit. Hello, Virgo people. So how are you? Times are about to change. So now Jupiter comes to your 10th house. Now, traditionally, we don't always consider Jupiter in the 10th house like the best transit, because Jupiter grows like the house, it expands it. Like 10th house are our karmas, like our work. So you have so much to do, like there's so much things to do. But now, with the other transits happening, with Saturn coming to your 7th house, Rahu going to your 6th house, and Ketu in the 12th house, like this whole combination makes this 10th house Jupiter transit in Gemini is a beautiful one. Now, like, how do you handle this? How do you deal with this? So, like you Virgo people, maybe you're a doctor, maybe you're in accounting, maybe you're in business, you're in some service, you're working in an NGO or something, or in any job. Like you're very meticulous about it, you're very good with your numbers, you're very good in your job. But in your workplace, you always had an idea, like, okay, I work in this department, but in that department, this is happening. So they're not doing it right. That needs to be fixed. But okay, that's not my area, or like, but now it is the time. Gemini in the 10th house. So, multiple things. So, the more you do, the more you diversify, the better you get. Like you want to stay polite, like, okay, I don't want to criticize people, I don't want to talk about like other people, or like I don't want to get like involved in somebody else's work. This is the time to do it. Where is Jupiter looking? Jupiter is looking at your second house. The more you speak, the more you talk, the better you get at your work. So diversify. In your office, in your workplace, take up more work. Take up work from different departments. Even outside of your office, maybe uh, you go to a gym, or you go to like a club or somewhere just to relax. Try to take some responsibilities there. Like maybe you're part of a community organization. Okay, try to become a secretary there. Try to start working there. Try to talk, try to speak up, try to talk about issues, try to talk about causes. Because whenever you speak, Guru is blessing your second house, your speech and your money. The more you speak, the more you talk about your work, the more you talk about your duties, responsibilities, money comes in. And Saturn is in the 7th house, looking at the Lagna, giving it that focus. So, for example, you're in this conversation in your local community, like you're talking, okay, this needs to be done. If we do this, fix this, this has to, all these problems will go away. And the community guys tell you that, okay, you have this big mouth, you're talking about all this, okay, do this. Saturn in the 7th house, you will be able to do it. You'll finish it and you'll be successful at it. And then Rahu in the 6th house, like whatever problems you have, whatever like enemies you have, Rahu will just vanish them, like they'll just dissolve them. So beautiful, beautiful transit. The only thing is that Saturn is also looking at your 9th house. As Saturn is looking at the 9th house, it wants you to transform it. It wants you to grow the 9th house. So how do you grow the 9th house? Like develop a better relationship with your father. Like take him out. Like try to do something for him for next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Like always. Like try to take up something that you do for your father or your teachers, for your gurus. Like the more you work there in the 9th house, the more you serve the 9th house, your gurus, your teachers, and eventually all your teachers, all your gurus, they are Jupiter. That Jupiter will bless you even more. And the 4th house, Saturn and Jupiter both looking at the 4th house. So time to buy like a new car, like new house. Beautiful time. Whenever you take up a new property, or you like buying like a car, like there will be some delays, but stick at it. Stick at it. Don't leave it in the midway, because Jupiter is blessing it, and try to finish it. Like if you are refurbishing your house, like, or like thinking of applying for a loan to buy a car, stick at it. There will be some delays, some problems, because Jupiter and Saturn both looking at Sagittarius in the 4th house, but eventually you'll get something out of it. And whatever you buy now, the house you buy or whatever you buy, like little, big, whatever, the 4th house things, elements you buy, they'll stay with you. They'll add value to your life. Amazing transit. Guru has blessed you. Hello, Libra. How are you? Yeah, Jupiter was a bit difficult with you, like 8th house, and dealing with those 8th house things. Maybe there were issues with your work. Definitely, there were issues in your personal life. I can tell you. You know it more than me. So Jupiter in the 9th house, trust me, I think will resolve all these things. This is one of the best Jupiter transits. In our chart, normally we look for worldly things. So when you talk about Jupiter transits, we look for the 2nd house transit, the 11th house transit, because it brings in the money and everything. But the best house for Jupiter in any chart, in like birth chart, Navamsha, wherever, transit chart, is the 9th house. It is his own house. Like this is the pure place of Jupiter. So 9th house is what? Like your gurus, your teachers, your teachings, like all your elders, their blessings, your father, luck. the luck will come back. And as a Libra person, we understand like that you are into business, you are into relationships, building relationship, working in law. uh, we see a lot of lawyers in with Libra, and then you you mediate the society. uh, you actually resolve conflicts. That's the best profession for Libra. That's where they shine. Like your life is spent on resolving conflicts, bringing harmony to your friend circle, to your network circle, to your family, to the people around you, to the world. And it's okay. Society needs you. But this transit is for you. Look where Jupiter is in the ninth house. And looking at your fifth house, your third house, and your Lagna, Guru wants you to spend time with your own self. Try to learn, try to read, try to talk to your gurus. And Jupiter will give you gurus. It is expanding the ninth house. It is giving you luck. Wherever you go, you find people who actually give you something, teach you something, and it's for your own self. Whatever the gurus tell you, you will be able to process it because Rahu is in the fifth house, in the house of intelligence. Like the learnings which maybe other people will find really complex or will not figure out how to actually use that. But Rahu will give you that intelligence to use it. And try to spend time with your own self, because Guru is also looking at your Lagna, and Ketu in the fifth house is actually separating you from your network circle. So this 1 year, it is about, okay, yeah, you do your job, yeah, you bring harmony to the society, but you need to bring harmony to your own self. What you want to be. Maybe you are 20, maybe you're 25, maybe you're 35, but next 10 to 12 years, where do you want to be? What do you want to achieve? How do you want to resolve the conflicts which you love to do? Those decisions needs to be made now. And also, Saturn supports you. Saturn is one of your best planets. Look where Saturn is in the sixth house. So, in this period, whatever problems you have, conflicts you have, they will be like suppressed. Then Saturn is also looking at your third house, so you don't really have to work that much. It is also controlling and suppressing the 12th house also. So the problem houses, like Saturn is taking care of them. So Saturn is telling you, go ahead, give yourself the time, try to learn, try to know more. This will be a golden period of your time. Maybe in 6 years, 7 years from now, you'll remember that 2025, there I took those calls. There I decided to take this course. There I decided to learn this. There I decided to start this new business. This is the transit for you. This is your transit for your own personal self. Guru has blessed you. Hello, Scorpio. So Jupiter in the 8th house. Scared? I'm sorry. I should never tell a Scorpio that, are you scared? Because, yeah, I think we all know Scorpios are never scared. So, yeah, you're not scared. As a Scorpio, you live for your 8th house. Like, whatever you do, whichever planet sits in your Lagna, wherever all the planets are, your life becomes what your 8th house is and where the 8th Lord Mercury is. 8th house, because Scorpio lives to transform. Maybe you have the best Scorpio life. Like, what can be a best Scorpio life? Like, maybe you are like a heart surgeon, like a very successful heart surgeon, doing really well with your medical career, but suddenly you are like 43 and you decide, okay, I want to become a wildlife photographer now. Yeah, I'll have this medical job, I'll do this, but I want to do this wildlife photography thing. And or you may just totally leave it. You may just leave the medical career and just go into photography. It happens in your personal life too. The transformations come to you. You were born to transform. Now Guru comes to transform you. Every 12 years, Guru comes to your 8th house. And that 1 year period, Guru will actually totally transform you. So just think about it. Just think, like, you Scorpio Lagna, Scorpio Moon, like what were you doing in 2020, 2014, 2015? Like, what happened in your life? What were you doing? Just trace back. That 1 year like totally transformed you. And you're actually living that 12-year period, that 12-year life you're living till now. So now 2025, Jupiter comes to your 8th house. It will again give you this whole track, give you this whole setup for next 12 years or so. It will bring change. It will totally rip you apart. It will, your personal life, your professional life, like whatever you say. I'm not saying it will ruin everything, but it will change, it will transform. It will get better or get worse. But you need it. You're supposed to have it. This is where you are born as a Scorpio Lagna or with the moon in Scorpio. And look where Guru looks. Guru looks in the 4th house with Rahu there. Like the Rahu in the 4th house, like your mind is also transforming. Like whatever Guru is doing in the 8th house, Rahu in the 4th house is also supporting it with Guru's Drishti. Like your mind accepts it. Your mind also wants to go along with it. The crazy ideas that come to you, you're like, yeah, I'll do that. Whatever, like it doesn't matter, like go for it. And then Guru looks at your 2nd house. So you'll have the resources. Even Saturn sitting in the 5th house, looking at the 2nd house, like Saturn and Guru looking Sagittarius and giving you resources. You'll just find resources, like whatever crazy idea you think of or whatever you want to do now, you'll find the resources somehow. Then Guru is looking at the 12th house. It is compressing the losses. It is blessing the losses. So that ideas you should try out, the new weird crazy things which Scorpios are famous for, they will work out. Now Saturn looking in your 11th house and your 7th house. So what happens when a Scorpio goes through a transformation? It's really difficult for their family, their friends. A Scorpio necessarily don't really have too many friends, but they have family. So those relationships, Saturn, are also like giving you a binding, giving you a bondage. So people will support you, like your network circle, whoever they are. Like you give a crazy idea, you think about doing something like really weird, and also you behave in a very different manner. Maybe somebody they know you for like 16 years, like, and suddenly they see like you're starting to grow your hair, or maybe you just have this huge beard or something like that, but they'll support you because you have that blessing also in the 11th house. Now this 1 year period and also 1.5 year period when Guru is blessing you, this is a time for transformation. This is a time where you need to embrace the change. So universe actually gives you an equation like that. Universe gives you Ketu in the 10th house. So you don't have to do anything. Even if you have to do stuff, like for imagine you work somewhere, you're a doctor, you're a Scorpios, like you're an engineer, maybe you are in research, you are in management. You'll see in next 1.5 year period, whatever you need to do, you've already done that. You'll repeat yourself. Like Ketu in the 10th house, it brings works like maybe you need to write emails. You need to write emails every day, and you see like, okay, I wrote these emails like in 2023. I just need to repeat them now. So Ketu will support you in the 10th house for your transformation. You really don't need to pick up new work. You all know, like, okay, so I can just use that. Maybe I did something 3 years back in my job, but that project didn't get made, and so I just use it now. So beautiful transit. This transit only you can handle, Scorpio. This is your transit. Hello, Sagittarius. It is difficult to talk to a Sagittarius. You yourself, you are the guru. And the fun thing with Sagittarius people are like they have this feeling that they have the moral authority over everything in this world, like Jupiter. And with Pisces, like Jupiter's other sign, Pisces is like a meditative sign for Jupiter, like where Jupiter has left the world, like Jupiter doesn't care anymore, like nothing can happen anymore, so he has left. But Sagittarius tries. Sagittarius is awakened Jupiter. Like Sagittarius wants to change the world. And last 1 year, like you are stuck in your enemy Venus's house, and in the sixth house, and Venus was telling you, okay, like resolve your problems and do a job and take care of your health. And Sagittarius or Jupiter, like Jupiter is fat, they love to eat, they're slow people, and you tell them to take care of your health and resolve your conflicts. So Jupiter is like, or Sagittarius, you are like, what is this? Now, after all that, you walk into Gemini. So, Guru, you now have to do business. You now have to have form relationships. You have to make agreements. You have to sell things. You have to go to the marketplace. And you have to be in advertising. Can you do that, Guru? Can you do that, Jupiter? Can you do that, Sagittarius? Yes, you can. Look like the resources you have, like when you're dealing with Mercury, when you're dealing with that Gemini energy, like you're getting resources from the third house, where you have Rahu there. Then you're getting resources from your 11th house. You have like all your network circle, all your gains, all the friends, all the people you know. So they're all giving you those resources, and they're telling you that, okay, go to the seventh house, like form a relationship, do this, form a contract, start a business, go into business for yourself. Now, the only thing you Sagittarius, you guys have to think about is, like, you're dealing with Mercury. Now, as the Sagittarius people, as the Guru yourself, you have this tendency to give Guru Bani or wisdom to everyone. Now, all other planets, everybody, except Sun likes it, but except Sun, they all get a bit like, yeah, okay, whatever. But Mercury wants to learn. Mercury wants to know. Mercury has that curiosity. But Mercury needs proof. Mercury needs data. Mercury needs to see it. So whenever you are in the seventh house, negotiating with Mercury, dealing with Mercury, and giving your like this wise, society changing ideas, Mercury will just ask you like a question. Okay, so prove it to me. Okay, so give me a data. Give me a number. Like, have you done this before? Like, do you have any like document for it? And you'll be like, you're asking me? That's Sagittarius reaction, because yeah, of course you know it works. Maybe you have it like in like 10,000s of your books, like in one page you have this paper, but you are too lazy to just find it and just prove it to Mercury. But trust me, do that. Do it. Because Mercury will understand. Mercury will figure it out. Even before you start speaking it, just put in that little effort to proving it to Mercury about the profitability or about the functionality of your wise ideas. Maybe you thought I need to speak like 10 sentences. In 3 sentences, Mercury will say, okay, stop, let's do it. I understand. You just need to put in that little effort with Mercury. Again, another very interesting aspect of this transit with you Sagittarius is the Saturn. Saturn is in the fourth house is not the best placement, trust me. But with this Jupiter transit, what happens is Saturn blocks your 10th house. It blocks your 6th house, 10th house, and also to an Lagna to an extent. As Jupiter is looking at the Lagna, so the Lagna is it's complex energy in the Lagna with both Saturn and Jupiter. But what Saturn is trying to tell you is, don't do any new things. Don't try anything new. You have thousands and thousands of ideas, thousands of things to deal with in the 7th house. This is a time for marketing. Sell yourself, sell your ideas, communicate with people, try to meet as many people as possible. Look where Rahu is, 3rd house, exploding your social media, exploding your exposure. 11th house, Jupiter is looking at it. Jupiter is looking at your 11th house of gains, of network circle. So no new ideas. You don't need to do any work now. You have done your hard work. You have done all that. Maybe 5 years back, 10 years back, 1 year back. Now it's time to package it, showcase it. So Guru, can you market yourself? This is the transit. I'm sure you can do that. Well, like Guru sometimes forgets about his relationships, I forgot to talk about you, Sagittarius. So I am reshooting this video because the relationship will be a theme in this transit, as your Lagna Lord, Sagittarius, Lagna Lord Jupiter is transiting your seventh house. So there will be things in a relationship. Now, with conventional norm, we believe that Jupiter in the seventh house, it can give you a marriage. Definitely, it can give you a marriage. It can give you a formal relationship, conventional relationship. Like marriage is the most conventional form of relationship. So Jupiter is the planet of conventional wisdom and conventional norms. So yeah, there are chances of marriage. But what I will say is that the marriage will happen, but if you have someone, maybe you are dating someone, maybe you are going out with someone, so you can get married now. Or maybe your parents like decided an arranged marriage for you, so it was already fixed, now this will happen. Because in this transit, as like Rahu in the third house, there will be people, like you'll meet people, but the fifth house isn't having any strong aspect from the Guru. Like the Guru isn't looking at your fifth house, so that romance or having a strong love affair or like a conventional love affair which will lead to marriage, I don't see that initiating now in this transit. Maybe in your own birth chart there can be some other combination, but marriage happens, it can definitely happen if you have someone already, or if it was arranged before. This can happen now. About existing relationships, they will it will be very good for them. Like this time around, if you're already married, that married life will expand. Your expenses will expand, both of you will like uh, put on weight. So that's that whole benefic aspect of Jupiter. You guys will start talking a lot more. You can gain from your husband's business or wife's business, or you may start a business with them. It's a very good time. It's a very good time for existing relationships. So yeah, so you'll get married, I guess. Sagittarius. I know, Guru, like it's not maybe the most important thing for you, but yeah, chances are there. Enjoy that transit. Hello, Capricorn. Sixth house Jupiter. Sixth house Jupiter, like it's not the best transit, but let me prove you wrong. What is sixth house? Like your problems, your enemies, your obstacles, your illnesses. So you need to deal with it, right? Sometimes in your life, like, okay, I have all this baggage, like all this garbage in my life. So let me just clean it all up. Let me just cleanse myself. Can I let it all go, like throw it all away and like have like this clean head? And one sign who are never worried about hard work, or never worried about putting in that effort, it is you, Capricorn. Because you have to put in effort now, a lot of effort. Look where Saturn, your Lagna Lord, sits in the third house, third from your Lagna. Like you have to put in that effort now. You have to work. And Guru looks at your 10th house, like Guru increases karma and also gives you that resolve to solve them. Whatever like problems or conflicts you have, they will create work for you. Maybe those works not necessarily about your job or about your office or your studies. The sort of works you have to do, like you're into litigation, so you have to go to the lawyer, you have to do this paper. So these kind of works you'll have, and you'll be able to do it because Guru is looking at the 10th house. And then to solve all that, you need resources. If you need to solve your conflicts, let's imagine you're having like 3-4 conflicts going on, you're resolving problems. So you need to have something in the bank, some resources. Rahu is blessing you from the second house. Whatever you need to do, whatever you want, Rahu is giving you that resources. And Rahu is getting looked at by Jupiter. So resources will not be a problem. It's just a war of stamina. Can you withstand it? Can you handle it? you definitely can handle it. And also, this is not really a time about learning new things or like self-reflecting, trying to develop new ideas. It is about finishing them. Just deal with the things, the baggages, the problems you have. This 1 year, this 1.5 year period with Rahu in the second house, Ketu in the eighth house, you just cut off the problems of your life. Try to get to a fresh new blank page where Guru comes to the seventh house in an exalted mode and giving you that whole horizon, that whole new direction of the seventh house activities. And another very good thing about the transit is Ketu in the eighth house. Like with Ketu in the eighth house, like you know what's gonna happen. There are no surprises. Like you are in a sixth house activity, like you're fighting a battle. You are the best fighter, Capricorn. So you don't need to worry about like, okay, something new may show up in 2 days, in 3 days. Ketu is resolving. Ketu is separating the eighth house of sudden things in your life, those transformative things in your life, those surprises of your life. So that is also gone. So take care of it. Handle it with your both hands, with your both legs. Jump into it and solve it once and for all. After you finish this transit, Capricorn, the next 12 years, nothing will bug you. This is time for war, and you will win it. Hello, Aquarius. Ready for the best time of your life? Yeah, it is. Fifth house transit. Jupiter does very well in second house. Okay, it gives you money. 11th house gives you money. But what do you want, Jupiter? The planet of wisdom, the planet of gurus, the planet of learning, in the house of education, in the house of learning new things, in the house of intelligence. Now, as an Aquarius, you like to think big. You like to think about things which are never resolved, but you want to resolve them. You are thinking about huge projects which may transform not just like a city, not just a country, but the whole civilization, like the whole time may be transformed. That's where Aquarius shines. So what do you need for that? You need knowledge. You need the Guru's blessing. So look where Guru is sitting in the fifth house, giving you multiple sources of information, multiple education. You'll just find them. It'll just come to you. It is in Gemini, so you may not even try for it. It'll just land up in your phone. Like your friend takes you to like someone, you just learn a new idea about business. You're like, oh my God, how did not I think of this before? And then look where Guru looks at your lagna. So all that energy, you're just intercepting them from your lagna. It looks at your ninth house of your luck, of more gurus, of more teachers, more information, higher learnings. Like you meet high officials. Your father, like he becomes someone big, like suddenly like he sets you up somewhere. This transit is not necessarily about making money. You have money, or maybe you're struggling a little, or maybe you can do better. But this transit is not about making money. This transit is about how to make huge money. It is not about thousands of dollars. It's about millions or billions. How you can make them in next 10, 12, 15 years. How can with your own ideas you can transform not just your immediate environment but everybody in this world. Those ideas will come to you right now. You have to listen to those ideas. You have to develop yourself. This transit comes like maybe twice or thrice in your lifetime. In your working age, like you get a fifth house Jupiter transit, that will make you as a person. That will make your organization, that will make your career, that will make your family. This is that transit. Also, as it sits in the fifth house, like, okay, so love life, you're married, you're looking for a partner, you will see people coming to you now. They will come to you wherever you are, whatever you are doing. Like you say, okay, I don't even use social media, I don't go anywhere. You'll just see somebody will just show up. They want to date you now. Gemini in the fifth house, they have multiple people, like two people coming to you, like they want to date you. Then Rahu in the first house. Rahu in the first house is not always the best placement. Like you may think, like, okay, let me date like all of them. But the saving grace is Guru is looking at the first house. The most important thing to remember is, yeah, you can date people, you can have relationships, and it's not a bad thing right now, but this is not the transit for it. This is not necessarily like where you have clarity about relationships. Ketu sits in the seventh house, like you actually don't know what you want right now from a relationship. So you should date people, perfectly all right, but you should be clear with them. Don't give them false promises. Don't ruin this 591 transit of Guru about transformation of your whole life just to have like 6 affairs in a year. As Rahu in the first house, you'll get there. But try to restrain yourself. This is about 10 years, 12 years, 15 years of who you wanna be, who will you become, not having like 16 flings. And if anybody can do that, it's you, Aquarius. You have the mental courage to fight off that first house Rahu. Rahu is a Lagna Lord eventually. You will fight it off and you can embrace the Jupiter. If you can, this will be the best foundation block of your life. Jupiter has blessed you. Take the blessing. Hello, Pisces people. It is your transit. Jupiter, it's you. Fourth house transit. Like, I think this fourth house transit, for any fourth house transit, I think about Pisces. Any fourth house transit of Jupiter. Because this is like that whole Pisces Jupiter energy. Like, what is the fourth house? It's like our house, or like the throne of the chart, like where we're gonna sit, we're gonna relax, we're gonna just chill, like sit down and like, yeah, whatever. Your home, like your comfort zone. Guru loves to be here. You loves to be here. You wanna be here. So now Guru finally, after struggling in the third house, comes to the fourth house, at home, looking at the 10th house to the whole world, and do what Guru loves to do, what you love to do. Teach, talk, give wisdom. If you're into teaching, if you're like already doing it, then very good. But if you're not, maybe you say, I'm not a teacher, like I'm an architect, or I'm an interior designer, like I'm an artist. Start teaching. Open an YouTube channel. Open a Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Do multiple accounts. Gemini, fourth house, do multiple things. Try to talk. Try to teach. Look at the 10th house. Look at everybody in the outside world. Whatever you do, start talking about it. From your own house, like let's just make a small space in your home and just sit, like wake up late, like what do you love to do, like sleep, and wake up like maybe 10:30, 11 in the morning, like open, like go live and just start talking. You have no idea how impactful it will be. It will impact everybody around you. Eventually, what do you want to do? You want to impact people. You want to impact how people live their lives, how they change their lives, how society changes. You want to impact that. This is the time for you. By your own words, you will be able to do what you always wanted to do. Saturn in the Lagna, so you'll have that lethargy, you'll have that, what do you want to do, what, like, I don't want to do anything. Looking at the seventh house, looking at the 10th house, looking at the third house. In your head, maybe you're thinking about doing things, but you don't want to do it. Like, yeah. So that's why Guru in the fourth, okay, forget about everything else. Maybe you are working somewhere. Take a break. Take like a leave for like 6 months. Like whatever, like take a leave. Go home. Sit at home. Talk. Teach. You can bring students home. Like you can start teaching at home, like for 3 months, 4 months, or maybe like leaving your job or taking a break, maybe too revolutionary. Pisces, that you're never afraid of a revolution, but if you think you cannot do that, okay, so try to reduce work. Try to reduce it as much as possible. Do your job, do your business, but then get time to stay home. Get time to teach people at home. Talk to people, invite people over to your home, sit with them. That is the blessing. That is the sukh. That is the happiness now. That is the joy. Your joy is in your home now. We live life and we get joy from relationships, from money, from success, from seeing like childbirth, like you becoming a father, mother, like those things gives you happiness. But if you want to find real joy in life, is when you feel happy, when you have that mental peace, when you are like sitting and you just feel at ease with your own self, and you just feel like everything is all right. That is Jupiter in the fourth house. This is this transit. Whatever you do, you'll feel good about it. So use this. Don't stress yourself out. Don't go to the 10th house and try to work, and don't do like the party problems. Leave all that. Sit down, relax, chill, which you love to do, Pisces. Like eat. Your mother will be really supportive of you. She will have a wonderful time also. Bond with your mother, buy things for her. Maybe you can start a channel, like if you're a girl watching, like start a channel with your mother. Like you two sit together and talk. Like start a YouTube channel, like make videos with your mother. Like why not? She would love it. Things will grow. That will grow. Rahu in the 12th house. Like the ideas you will have now. Like sitting at home. Like you have no, like those ideas will come to you like crazy and highly creative. And maybe if you're into creative arts or painting or in media, like now the things which you will create, trust me, they will like totally like shake the industry. Like whichever industry you are in, if you're in a creative industry, you will totally shake the industry now. And Ketu in the 6th house, like Ketu doesn't want you to deal with any problems right now. Don't deal with any conflicts, any problems, anything. Like just stay at peace, sit at home, do like a little bit of work if you need to do, like do that, but think about your ideas, talk to people, teach people, talk about it, showcase yourself. This will be, trust me, the best time of your life. Nothing can beat mental peace, joy, and happiness. This is the greatest blessing, Pisces. You yourself, Guru, you are sitting at home, getting an opportunity to talk about what you love. Do it. Enjoy the time of your life.